All right, y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I always tell y'all to do in the beginning or the end of my videos. Check it out before we start. Write me at kingtyson713@yahoo.com if you want my advice about something, you want my opinion about something. I do not charge, y'all. It is free just to write me. I will write you back if you got any questions. Also, if you like this content, please go to the video tab section of the YouTube channel. Click on the video that interests you. Watch it. Give me some feedback in the comments. I really appreciate that. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? That's what I really want you to put in the comments. So let's get started with the video. Gervonta Tank Davis, man, one of my favorite fighters, man, just got arrested. Domestic violence against his children's mom. You know, like I said, everybody's innocent to proven guilty, but as black men, it's like, even when you think about the P. Diddy situation, other entertainers, actors, rappers, whatever, as black men, and they're black as well, we tend to turn a blind eye, right? When it comes to the mistreatment of our black women, right? And I always tell y'all this, man, like, as black men, we don't really know what all that these black women, our sisters, go through when they're in relationships with other black men. We just see another brother as another brother because we like what he do, we like his craft, or he might be a cool dude, but you never know what type of dude he is inside of a relationship. And it's the reason why, and there might be, and not that there might be, there are cases of women, of black women, not just black women, women period, where they be lying, you know, falsifying information, trying to get a brother locked up because they vindictive, they want to be vindictive, and they want to do some get back, because you might have, you know, want to leave them, or, you know, I just made a video about that, the female bodybuilder who jumped on her boyfriend because he was getting ready to leave her. And she tried to lie and tell the police that he hit her, but she's the one who was fighting on him, right? So you got those situations. But a lot of the times, it be brothers who are doing this to our sisters because brothers have anger issues. Now, I'm going to say this again. I'm not saying he did it or he didn't do it. But what I'm saying is that Tank, who, man, Tank is, hey, man, definitely one of my favorite fighters. Every Tank fight, I'm paying for the fight. You know what I mean? At the house, throwing a fight party, everything. But at the same time, we got to call out was the bullshit. You got to call it out. Even if it's Tank, even if it's one of my favorite fighters, I got to call him out. You know, now the thing is, he done had a history before with his children's mom of domestic violence. It got dismissed. She dropped the charges. You know what I'm saying? She said it was just both of them, but he didn't strike her or nothing like that. So this situation, he got arrested on Father's Day. And I've been through the situation. This is why I say I've been through the situation before. And fellas, you got to have more restraint. Basically, they probably wasn't together. They was broken up. It was Father's Day. He was getting his kids, or no, yeah, he was picking his kids up, met her at her home. They probably was talking shit to each other. And she's saying that he struck her, hit her in the back of the head, and slapped her or some shit like that, right? So he left. So I guess she filed the complaint. A month later, they came, picked him up. They stopped him as a traffic stop. He said he had a warrant for his arrest. They took him in. So all this is under investigation. We don't know. But it looks bad because he's had a past of domestic violence with this woman, you know? And let's not, and sisters know, when you look at this when you look at a situation like this, sisters, how many times have you been in a relationship with a brother, and y'all got into a domestic shit, the police come, you might downplay it like you because you don't want the man to go to jail. You don't want him to lose his job and get scrutinized by other people. Because let's just be real. When you get that as a woman beater on your name, you know, that's not a good look to be known as a woman beater. That's not a good look. That's a stain on your name. So it's a bad stigma, right? So what I'm saying is that, how many times, sisters, have you been in a relationship that happened to you, right? And you don't want the man to go to jail. And so you might tell the police, like I said, it didn't really happen, you know, like that. It was just a grab. It was a push. We fought. We was getting into it with each other. It wasn't like that. It goes on a lot of times. And that's probably what the sister could have did the first time. I don't know. We know we wasn't there. We can only just speculate what could have happened, you know. But at the same time, I do know women that want to be vindictive and want to get a brother, and that be the narrative that a lot of brothers go with. And brothers convince themselves that that's what the situation is every single time. And I'm here to say, brother, it's not like that every single time. Yes, you do got percentage of women who do that, who will lie on you. I'm telling you, I know for a fact you have that. I know cases of brothers that shit that happened to that was a straight false. Wasn't true. But, and also too, the woman, I guess she must have took pictures. She showed the laceration. She had a laceration on her lips. So, cause they say he slapped in the lips or something. So she got the proof, you know. And Tank, that's, you know, hey man, I got love for Tank, but you out of pocket, brother. Tank Davis, you out of pocket, man. And as a fighter, you got to understand, and Tank's, one of his interviews at a press conference, he was saying he was trying to retire from boxing because, you know, and Mike Tyson kind of said a similar thing. You know, when you're a fighter, when you're a boxer, or you know, whatever, a UFC, whatever, right? You gotta have that killer instinct. You gotta have a beast mindset. You know what I'm saying? Damn, at all times, you know. And it's like you gotta keep putting that on. And then when you retire, you kind of start losing that. You start kind of being almost like a regular human being, because you got to be like a warrior at all times. Because you're a fighter. The minute you get comfortable and you get easy and you think life is nothing, then you lose that fighter instinct. So this is why athletes definitely need coaching, therapy. I think every fight, and I know it's probably bad to say every fighter needs therapy, counseling. But then it's like, if they get the counseling and the therapy, will they be able to have that same killer instinct? So it's kind of like, you know, we don't know. You know, we don't know. But definitely something needs to happen with other athletes, because this is not just a Gervonta Davis thing. This is a common thing with athletes, entertainers, and the issue is that they have the money that can pay off the people that they victimize, right? Settle on the side with them, have expensive lawyer that can get them out of a jam. And see, when that happens, they're not being held accountable. So by them not taking accountability, it gives them the idea of that nothing gonna happen to me, because I got money to pay it out and make it go away. But the thing is, everybody ain't going for the bag like that. And this is where the issues come in at. And it's gonna be brothers who's gonna jump on Gervonta Tank Davis side. Hey man, I'm a Gervonta Tank Davis supporter for sure. But Tank out of pocket, and brother needs some help. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, like I said, I'm gonna say this again. I'm not saying he did it or he didn't do it. But you got history repeating itself. This ain't his first time going to jail behind domestic violence. This might be the third time with domestic violence against women. So you got to start saying, okay, all right. One time it could have been a fluke. You know what I mean? It could have been some bullshit. Somebody could have thought it was something more than what it was. But when you start getting 2 and 3 times for the same thing, nah. Look at the Mystical situation, which is totally different. Nothing to do with this Tank Davis stuff. Look at Mystical. And one time you got away with that damn sexual abuse shit. Then you get arrested again, that got dropped. And then now the third time, it's the same time. So that's in you. You know what I'm saying? Some shit is in you. We gotta learn how to control our angers, brothers. We gotta learn how to control our anger with women. And I know one thing about a black woman, because I've been through with my ex-wife, my son's mother. Me and her we went through court battles for custody. Man, we went through it all. We have a great co-parenting thing right now. Not right now. We've been having like a great co-parenting situation going on. But every now and then we gotta go through some court shit, right? You know, every some years, you know, to get stuff cleared away. But, you know, so we done been mad at each other, and it could have got to a crazy point. But as a man, as we gotta learn to have more restraint than what we have. You can't let a woman or anybody take that, get you off your square and take the power out of you like that, and where you jeopardize your whole career. You gotta learn, and like I said, black women, when a black woman, I don't think no other race of women can get under a brother's skin more than a black woman. A black woman, ladies, y'all know, if you watch this, ladies, you know you could cuss a brother out, talk about his mama, talk about everything, and then to make a brother want to snap. You know how to get under a brother's skin. You know how to push a man's buttons. But at the same time, fellas, as you being a man, that's emotional. You not supposed to be emotional like that. You leave that emotional shit, you leave that to the women. As a man, we control our emotions, and we be the bigger person, and we walk away from situations. That's what I want to talk about. Being a bigger person, having more restraint, and walking away. Even sometimes, even you walking away, a woman still could get violent and everything there. But you know what? You let it be known that that's the last time you putting up with that shit, and you don't come back. You done. Because when you with somebody and it start getting physical, that ain't gonna be and nothing happens, it ain't gonna be their first time they gonna get physical. It's gonna be another time. They know nothing happened, it's gonna be a third time. Then it's gonna be usual, then it's gonna be normal. Anytime they get mad, they gonna start wanting to put hands on you. That's why like I said, anytime I dealt with any women, you know, before I got married, even with my wife now, anytime I never been through domestic shit with a woman, because I let it be known from the gate, listen, hey, I don't do no domestic shit. You feel like you ever got to put your hands on me, I'm done. I'm not playing. I'm walking away, because I'm not finna jeopardize my career. I'm not finna jeopardize my livelihood where I can provide for my son, because you being immature and have an anger problem and want to feel like you want to put your hands on me. And I don't want to be forced to defend myself. Ladies, stop putting your hands, and I'm not saying this will happen with Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't know. But I'm going to say this, and I said before, ladies, stop putting your hands on men thinking that they not going to hit you because you're a woman. You never know what a brother would do. Not all men are gentlemen and will walk away from you. Some men, you hit them. Hell, even their mama told them, you don't let a woman hit you. If a woman hit you, hit their ass back. Sometimes, I'm going to be real, sometimes your mama will tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that don't ever, ladies, you expect to hit a man and think he not going to hit you back. You never know how that brother wired up. At the end of the day, that's him getting hurt. It's women who unalived men before. Being straight up. So that's all I want to say about that. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation, man, with Gervonta Tank Davis, man. The brother got so much potential, so much talent. And I know the way he grew up, man, he had a hard life. You know what I'm saying? But having a hard life, and we all, as black people, we one thing we share as black people, a lot of the times, we don't share nothing else. We gonna share a hard life and a struggle most of the time. Not every black person grew up in the ghetto. Not every black person grew up in the projects, grew up in the hood. Not every black person, but a lot of us did. And a lot of us come from struggle, and we share that same struggle from black men to black women. And as we get older, we have to learn how to, get an understanding of what we've been through, how we grew up, and get a hold on it. And get some help, get some professional help, some therapy, some counseling, something. Whatever you do to bring you at peace, you got to meditate, you got to pray, go to church, whatever you have to do. You can't let it make you who you are because of where we came up. And that'd be the problem. A lot of us still feel like the way we came up is how we still are, the environments we came up in and where we was at then. We still carry that over until our adult life. And a lot of shit, we got to let that go. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I ain't going to make this video long. I'm King Tyson. Peace and blessings. One love. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out.